Welcome to the Anthem Tips and Tricks gameplay series. I'm Arekkz, and in this episode we're going to be going over everything you need to know about the Interceptor. The Interceptor is one of the 4 javelins in Anthem. Small, sleek and agile, typically favoured by Corvus' long-range scouts, infiltrators and assassins for its ability to strike with surgical precision. On the surface, the Interceptor might not look that intimidating, but it is unmatched in agility and evasion, making it an exceptional choice for very quickly diving into the heat of battle, dishing out devastating damage, weakening stronger opponents, and getting out before they even realise what hit them. As an Interceptor, you have access to a pair of double-bladed daggers, and these can be used to deliver a multi-hit flurry of slashes, allowing you to deal damage in a chain of powerful attacks that can be continued indefinitely. You'll use these daggers to quickly dispatch weaker enemies, take down the shields of stronger opponents, and even combo with your other abilities and teammates. While some javelins use their melee abilities sparingly, an Interceptor's blades are a core part of their moveset. With agility and evasion forming part of your arsenal, you also have the ability to chain together 3 consecutive dashes, both on the ground and in the air, allowing you to very easily reposition in combat in order to get closer to your enemy, avoid potential threats whilst fighting in the air, and most importantly, get out of the battle before you take too much damage. Pair this with your ability to triple jump, and now you can begin to see just how versatile you can become in hectic, fast-paced combat scenarios. The Interceptor also has access to a variety of gear pieces that allow it to perform devastating techniques in combat. Good use of these will allow you to weaken groups of enemies, dish out quick burst damage, and support your team in combat. The techniques fall within 3 core categories: Assault, Strike, and Support systems. Under your Assault system, you have the Cluster Mine. With this, you throw out a bundle of proximity mines that litter the ground and detonate on contact with enemies, making this an exceptional choice if you wish to lay traps. The Cryoglaive is a fast, thrown projectile that will apply the freezing status to an enemy when hit. Lower tier enemies will typically freeze on contact, meanwhile stronger, shielded enemies may require more before the status takes effect. Frozen enemies are left vulnerable, giving you a great opportunity to dive in and dish out some damage up close. The Searching Glaive is another fast, thrown projectile that will actively seek out and home in on a target's location, exploding on impact. Meanwhile, the Spark Dash will see the Interceptor build energy before unleashing it in a powerful dash at a target location, dealing damage to anything that stands in your way and inflicting electrical shock damage in the process. Lastly, you have the Venom Bomb. This is a grenade that, when thrown, will explode in a cloud of acid, inflicting the status on all targets in the area of effect for 5 seconds. This is an exceptional move to use when setting up combos, both solo or in a team. Your secondary slot is the Strike system. Within this, you have access to the Detonating Strike, a powerful melee strike that charges an enemy with electric energy. If killed while charged, the enemy will then explode, dealing damage around them. The Plasma Star is a powerful charged throwing star that is effective at extended ranges and can be used to melt through enemy armour. You can throw multiple of these before the ability needs to recharge, so be sure to take full advantage of their speed and precision. Tempest Strike is a powerful single target melee attack that will see you perform a devastating kick, dispatching smaller enemies in one fell swoop and comboing with enemies primed with elemental debuffs. Your Venom Spray is a close range acid attack that will see the Interceptor slice the double-bladed daggers while simultaneously spraying acid in a cone in front of it, a great multi-target option. Then finally you have the Wraith Strike. With this ability, the Interceptor sends out a ghostly projection of itself that will attack an enemy on contact and can then warp between up to 3 separate targets, making it an exceptional move to use on grouped up enemies. The Interceptor also has access to 2 great support abilities, the first of which is Rally Cry. When used, this will break you and your allies free of any status effects that are currently applied: burning, freezing, shock or acid. If you've been inflicted with these, then a quick Rally Cry will instantly cleanse you and your team. Alternatively, you have Target Beacon. When used, this will lock onto the nearest target, and a red glow will indicate that the beacon is present, and all whilst this is active, the target has all their resistances reduced drastically. What's more, when the target is defeated, the Target Beacon will then jump to the next closest target, so if used in a group of enemies, this can be a great way to weaken them, allowing you to take them all down one after another. Each Javelin also has access to a devastating ultimate ability. For the Interceptor, that's the Assassin's Blades. When activated, you become supercharged, allowing you to carve through everything and anything that stands in your way. All whilst active, you are invulnerable to incoming damage, so be sure to take full advantage of this, paired with your unmatched mobility and dive from enemy to enemy, carving them up, leaving nothing standing in your wake. With its lightning agility and powerful abilities, the Interceptor is able to turn overwhelming odds into certain victory. Learning to master an Interceptor's movement options will be key in being able to use this Javelin effectively. The most important thing to keep in mind is that you always want to be on the move. When taking damage, the Interceptor will actively regenerate shields faster if it's moving, dashing or flying, so it really does pay to dive between your targets, stay on the move, and remain 2 steps ahead at all times. Picking abilities that complement one another will allow you to reliably pull off combos and better tackle tougher opponents. For example, abilities like Venom Bomb and Cryoglaive can prime enemies with acid and frost status effects, meanwhile your double-bladed daggers, or an ability like the Tempest Kick can detonate these effects, resulting in combos that provide the Interceptor with a powerful aura that it can then carry into battle. For more on combos, be sure to check out the advanced guide. But that, freelancers, is everything you need to know about the Interceptor. Fast, agile, and devastating in the right hands.